What's up, crypto legends? How's everybody doing? Make sure to destroy the like button. We are holding a crucial level of support for Bitcoin. We're going to do technical analysis as always on the price of Bitcoin, guys. Make sure to absolutely destroy that like button on your way in, and let's analyze the situation here together. How is everybody doing? Make sure to absolutely destroy the like button. I'm going to go right away through the comment section. Are you bullish? Are you bearish for Bitcoin with this drop, guys? Destroy the like button because we're going to go through the pure technical analysis. First of all, just going to say a quick hello to the beautiful community. As always, how are you guys doing? Happy Friday. Hopefully you are going to enjoy the weekend. Will we see a major drop continuation for Bitcoin? Let's go. Smash up the like button, says 𝗖ście𝗺𝗺𝘃, how are you doing, my man? Thanks for joining. Master Goal, hello from Prague. Hello from Switzerland, says Crypto Creation Club. How are you doing? Brett, 2 cent. How are you doing? What's up, Market M? Anthony, Khaled, Razvan. Hello from Romania. Hey, welcome, Market. I hope we swing failure here. It's also a possible scenario. There is a possibility of holding this small little range that we are right now. We've hit the 0.88 Fibonacci from this local pump that we've had in between Thursday, okay, and well, basically Thursday. Yesterday's pump got a nice move here to the downside today. Usually when we come as low as the 0.88 Fibonacci from this pivot low to the pivot high, it's very likely that these lows are going to be taken. It gives a high probability that it can be taken. The question is, will we get one bounce first and then it's going to take it? Or are we going to take it now in the next coming hours? This is actually a pretty aggressive, an aggressive long setup right there. The problem is no doubt that your stop loss here, you're asking to get stopped out. If you can get in at the lowest level possible and have a minimum stop loss with basically peanuts, you're risking peanuts here, but you could get a bounce from this range, and I'm going to explain why now in this live stream. You are basically, holding a major zone of support. You're holding a higher low support trend line. This wick over here was basically created on Bybit. If you do get a support level here on other exchanges, you're basically, holding just that higher low support trend line, okay? If we go here to Bitstamp, for example, or any other exchanges where that wick is not too aggressive, you're just holding by a thread that higher low support level, right? So a swing failure pattern from these lows is a possibility, or even a front run. Maybe you're going to create a front run, right? Because I've seen it before. You come very close to the lows. You're expecting those lows to be taken, and then you suddenly get a pretty decent bounce. I am speculating in a small long position here already at this zone because I have seen it before. We got a potential Gartley pattern here as well that I've been talking with the Legends trading community. Possible scenarios long into a short on the Legends trading community. We were talking about this possibly being a Gartley pattern, hitting the 618 here to the 618 here, and then coming down to the 78 Fibonacci. Of course, the 78 did not hold. We're moving down pretty aggressively already at the 0.92. It's just a very aggressive. As long as we do not take this low, this Gartley could still play out. However, this move is no doubt very aggressive. Okay, this is like very, very dangerous. This is like trying to catch a falling knife. However, your invalidation point is like extremely small, right? It's like a baby stop loss. You are asking to get stopped out, no doubt. I mean, this move down can be extremely aggressive and you're just going to absolutely collapse, or you're going to swing failure pattern from the lows here created of Wednesday and Thursday. Obviously, there's several options, right? What is most importantly, what is most important that your invalidation is peanuts. It's a small, tiny invalidation point for the price to potentially get a significant bounce. I mean, if you only were to bounce here all the way up to 67,900, which was that level of support created today, only if you bounce from here, you're already making a 2-to-1 risk to reward right over here. So it's kind of worth the scenario. Now, this Gartley pattern, it's not extremely symmetrical, but this is something that I was predicting today, the prediction movements. And just to keep it really simple in a nutshell, it is the 618 Fibonacci from the pivot low here, X from yesterday, to the pivot high of yesterday. You're basically holding that 618. And I was saying to the community, look, you might create a failed auction from this low. If you do recover above it, I think it's an acceptable long to come all the way up to hit these highs right over here, right? You got a small little move and then possibly hit the 618 and then fail auction from this high and come back down to the 78. However, this movement down has been more aggressive. And when we have an aggressive move down, you really want to remain a little patient. However, if you move all the way down below the 0.88, it's like, hey, you might take the low, you might not. Your invalidation is just so small from this point. It's just kind of worth it, basically. It's kind of worth the stop loss, right? If I get stopped out, it doesn't matter. It's peanuts depending on what you're risking. It's kind of worth it. It's worth the shot if you can manage risk. Whether you're right or not, you know, it's worth the risk, right? It's all about managing your risk when you're trading. And if you can manage the risk here and get stopped out, then it's fine, as long as it's not too much of your capital, right? So this is a scenario that was mentioned in today's video update, looking for the price action to maintain this $68,000, $168,000 range, hit the 618, possibly come above, come all the way up to $69,000, and then get the move down. And then we'll analyze the situation here at the daily at the 78 Fibonacci, right? It's a kind of 618 to 618, and then look for the possibility of this range holding, right? Which is the 67,500 range. We're currently below that level, and the move has been too aggressive. Gotta be honest. It would be nice to consolidate at this range and then analyze the situation for that balance. But this is basically the movement that was been mentioned today, right? Get that move up, then that move down, 618 to 618, and then get the movement down. Of course, that movement down was very, very aggressive during the last few hours. We did have some news today. This is why we've dropped very aggressively to the downside, right? We've had what news did we have today? It was personal income. As soon as this news came out, we did get a little move to the upside during the news, and then bang, smack back down. So it is too aggressive. We hit the 0.88 Fibonacci. It is no doubt likely to come down to claim these lows, whether it manages to get a small little bounce first and then down, or actually take it from here. Now, the DXY, the dollar index, is playing games today. We did get a drop on the dollar index, and it's getting a pretty significant recovery at the moment, as you can see on the chart. So we got the movement down here on the news, and now bang, big recovery, V-shaped recovery after that movement down after we got the news. So DXY is playing games. The dollar index is very much bullish, which is not good, of course, for Bitcoin and stocks. The dollar index looks extremely bullish on the higher time frame. It's forming higher lows, it's forming higher highs during 2024. As you can see, it is maintaining that point of control. This could definitely be a 1-2-1-2 right there, which is basically going to form a third wave right here. So the idea of this being the 1-2-1-2 on the dollar index is that I gotta say, as long as we're above this point of control of 2022 and 2023 on the dollar index, guys, you know, the dollar index is bullish. And if you do have a bullish dollar index, you know, you're going to get some hits on Bitcoin without a doubt. Okay, no doubt that Bitcoin's going to take those hits. But the scenario here of this 1-2-1-2 is that you've had the first wave here, the second wave, and now you've got a 1-2, and you know, you're basically still inside of that third wave. And we're probably going to get an explosive move to the upside in the next 1 to 2 weeks with the dollar index getting a significant move, guys. That is what I personally see on the charts on the dollar index, that we might get that significant rise in the coming weeks, right? This is a higher time frame looking at the daily chart, but let's focus on Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now just almost hit those lows. Almost. It wants to hit the lows. It wants to hit those lows right over here. We still haven't tapped it. We still haven't tapped the lows. You can create front runs, no doubt, but it's just, yeah, very, very likely that it's going to be hit in the next coming hours. It's just very, very choppy. But even still, I think it's worth a chance, even though it looks like it is going to take the lows. But it's kind of worth a the chance because of your invalidation. Your invalidation is just so small that it's worth a chance here getting into a speculative long position. You know, it's definitely worth it just because of your stop loss, right? You do have a high chance that it's going to be taken, but you could have a pretty nice bounce first of all, and then it's going to get taken. Okay, so it's kind of worth a chance here for the speculation. Now we can see that we're holding by a thread. Okay, that higher low support trend line, right, from this huge gigantic symmetrical triangle. This is why we do have, you know, Bitcoin does have a chance, right? Let me just get this horizontal line. What's going on here? Hang on a second. I'm having some issues here with the drawing tools. There we go. So basically, hang on a second. There we go. Now we got it. Basically, what I do see here is as we're forming a symmetrical triangle coming from an uptrend, it is usually bullish. No doubt this could break down. It can be devastating. When we're looking at more internally, okay, I'm going to first of all zoom out, guys. I'm going to first of all zoom out and explain a little bit of the Elliott wave theory that there is behind this, okay? Because even though we start breaking down, even though we get below $57,000, say in the coming weeks, right? That low created on the 1st of May. If the price were to move down from here in a very large either 3-wave structure or a 5-wave structure, it doesn't really matter. We could be still seeing this as the 4th wave, as long as we're not getting below the $48,000 high, and I'll explain why. This will be a major swing long opportunity, right? If we do break down beneath the 1st of May low at $57,000, it's going to be a moment where a lot of people are going to, you know, they're going to be in doubt. There will be in doubt, okay? People will, you know, there will be in doubt because of the price of Bitcoin right over here if it does something like this, right, in a 3-wave structure or basically a 5-wave. Now, when we do take a look at the lows here created from the bear market, it's pretty clear that we formed 5 waves up here and 3 waves in an ABC, right? We know that. We've talked about it before. We are still inside of the 3rd wave if we are talking about the bullish case scenario. So we're still inside of the third wave. We'll be creating the fourth wave into the end of the year and then get the last leg here to the upside. If we are following the classic 4-year cycle, right, Bitcoin price should be topping out late 2025. Understanding that we could get some major big pullback still, guys. It is still very, very soon, and we're not going to see the epic leg up just yet. So when we speculate that we are still inside of the third wave here, looking at Elliott wave theory on a higher time frame, we could very much still be inside of the fourth wave, okay, from the third wave. We could still be inside the fourth wave from this third wave right over here, okay? So it's still definitely a chance. There's only been 3 waves here to the upside. We could still be inside of the fourth wave. If the fourth wave low has not been in already, this is like only if we were to come down in the next 1 to 2 weeks, right? Only if we were going to get a massive move to the downside. This would still be bullish for the price. This is still a bullish count. As long as we do not overlap here the $45,000, $46,000 range, which is the wave 1 over here, then this is fine. This would still be a bullish area to basically either swing long position here with very low leverage for all of those swing traders. Definitely would be eyeing this zone, which is around about the 50% Fibonacci, right? If we do take a look at the pivot low of this wave to the wave high here, no doubt that that 50%, 55,900, even coming down to the 618, which would be pushing it. We do not want that fourth wave coming to the 618. So in between $55,000 and $51,000, if that were to be the case, and you create a failed auction, this is just higher time frame, guys. We'll be going through the lower time frames now in just 1 second. If we were to take that low, then no doubt, would be coming all the way up here. If we do create that failed auction, that would be a bullish case scenario for Bitcoin. Let's go right away and go through the lower time frames, right? Lower time frames, and that of course would mean that if we are going to start breaking down, even though the price looks bullish, we're talking about several scenarios, okay, guys? There is the bullish count, of course, which we're going to go through, but that bearish count would be basically looking at a WXY right over here, basically forming a 3-wave structure right there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 right over here, and then you're looking for another 1, 2, 3, something like this. That would still be bullish. I would not be worried dropping beneath $56,000. I would be actually waiting patiently to get the price action recovering beneath that low from the 1st of May. That would be looking very, very good for the price to get that recovery, weeks after this event. That's a higher time frame scenario, guys. Let's zoom in on lower time frames. I know a lot of people are not too interested. We're looking at the scalps and the day trading setups that we are, that's basically where we can make some money daily, right? Because if you're looking for a swing trade, it's extremely boring, right? Unless you have millions of dollars and you get into these epic swing trades that last for a few months, then you want a day trade. You want to get into trades daily, scalps, day trades. So we're going to focus right away on some local possible scenarios. No doubt that if we were to get a leg down here, we want to create a failed breakout from this symmetrical triangle. Why? Because if we are counting this as a bullish count, because no doubt we do not want to see this as a WXY right over here, WXY right over here, and then we're just moving down very aggressively like this in the next coming weeks. That would be the bearish case, right? You form 3 waves up. If you lose the top of this wave over here at 65,400, then it ain't going to be looking too good. So we want to see that fake out of this symmetrical triangle. We want to see the fake out to the downside and come back up here. We want to really hold this square box that I'm going to put right now on the chart. It's a clean chart, guys, so you can understand here the scenarios. You really want to hold this area, and you do not want to overlap this high wave here from the 6th of May, which is sitting at $65,400. So it's going to be difficult. I would, if the price were to, because this is a moment where we are going to see an explosive breakout, okay, very, very soon, whether we do hold this level and then we get an epic bounce here in the next coming days, and then we finally break out the resistance. That is definitely possible. That is definitely possible. So the speculation longs at this zone is definitely a scenario, no doubt. Because you could be holding higher low support, you could be faking out from this symmetrical triangle and then getting the move to get the breakout in the next 1 to 2 weeks. So it is definitely the scenario here that this could be the fourth wave right over here, and this fourth wave is getting extremely complex, right? This is the, we're inside of this fourth wave, and it's forming a very, very complex symmetrical triangle, which could arguably discussed be, an A, B, C, D, E, right? Where you have an A, a B, a C, a D, a E, and we're going to be finishing this E wave right now with a little bit, you would not want to get beneath the $67,000 range. Those lows created a few days ago. You really want to form a higher low right there to this to be valid. So, no doubt, we are basically days away for an explosive move. There is the bearish count, of course, of this being just an ABC right there, or a WXY. It looks more of an ABC, as there's already 5 waves here to the upside. And if this were to be a much larger ABC, and you're breaking down here very aggressively, and you're losing this $65,400, it ain't going to be looking great. It will not be looking great. It's just not going to be looking too great. There's no doubt that this is going to be completely invalidated. It's a corrective structure. And as you come in from this move down and you're forming this move down, if you lose this level, there's extremely high probability that you're just going to come down to these lows in a matter of days or 1 to 2 weeks. Only if you lose this high, okay? This is like the danger zone. This is like the extreme danger zone that you do not want to break on higher time frames. Zooming in on lower time frames, what is most interesting is that no doubt that this is a very interesting zone, guys. I think this is still very valid. It's a valid long setup, guys. I gotta say, it's valid. Just because you're risking peanuts here, your stop loss, your invalidation is so small that it's kind of worth the chance. So let's talk about more important levels here. Is it possible to create a swing failure pattern? Is it possible to create a swing failure pattern from these local lows that we do have from Wednesday and Thursday, basically yesterday? Could we wick beneath the lows without a successful breakout? The only way I would see this holding and a potential long position, right? I think this is a good, not a bad level for a long with a very, very tight stop loss beneath the lows. But if we were to break down from yesterday's lows beneath $67,150, right? $67,200, depending on what exchange you're looking at. If we were to break down, I want to see the price action recovering here, getting a big recovery above those lows. That no doubt would be a clear sign for a long for me, no doubt. As soon as we come above the lows from yesterday and Wednesday, if we were to tap them, right? If we were to get above them, that is the moment I would say, okay, this is holding. The bears didn't manage to move to lower levels, and this is getting an epic bounce. Right now, it's been such a massive liquidity game, guys. This range, I love ranges. The ranges are really good to trade, okay? They're just absolutely massive. When I was talking here this morning with the Legends trading community, we have several scenarios. If you lose this low, okay, if you lose this low from yesterday at $68,100, you're not long in here, right? You could long and get into a very, very low level. This is basically just tapping the 61865 Fibonacci from the local low here of yesterday at 67,300 to this pivot high of 69,000, right? You're hitting the 61865 and you're getting beneath the level. This is really not a great zone for the long. What is a great zone for the long is creating a failed auction from this low right there. This is kind of an acceptable long area. When you get above, it's an acceptable long with your stop loss beneath the low. And out, claim these highs. This is your target zone. And if you create a failed auction from this high right over here, I think it's an acceptable short position. And coming back down to claim the lows. It's really a liquidity game, okay? The main reason why this is a dangerous long position is because you've hit the 0.88 Fibonacci, right? And it's very likely that these lows are going to be taken once you hit a 0.88 Fib, okay? It gives high probability that this is not usually a wave 2. It's not usually, it can be a wave B a lot of the times at the 0.88, but it's just very common that you're just going to take those lows from that impulse that you take a look at here with the Fibonacci level. So yeah, these lows have high probability right now and to be taken. Whether that is with a bounce or without a bounce, it's highly likely they're going to be taken. So, but the last few days has been absolutely insane with the liquidity zones. It's just been an insane liquidity game here, and you need to take into consideration the CVD divergence as well, which I will explain right away. What's happened during the last, between yesterday and today. But the game here, and I'm going to say this is an acceptable swing failure pattern level, guys. Okay. It's like the ultimate level for Bitcoin to hold this massive symmetrical triangle. And you do not want to get into long positions beneath the level, guys. This is not a level to put huge amount of limit orders. It's not a zone to put limit orders, because this is a moment where you're going to get that volatile move down if that is not going to be up. It's like I've been saying during the last few days, it's not about predicting the next move. It's predicting how are you going to react? How are you going to break this level? How is the price going to break it? Will it break it with a massive move down and just be very, very devastating, where you're going to get a $3,000-$4,000 move down? Because it is the moment to create that, $3,000-$4,000 move. You've been squeezing here for the last week and getting into a squeeze symmetrical triangle. It is ready to pop. You can create those fake outs. And what you need to do here is to remain extremely patient. If you are going to move down beneath this low, this is not a zone to get into longs. You might get an epic wick, and it might just create the fake out and you got an epic long position, okay? But you have the risk of the price going extremely against you and getting into a $4,000-$5,000 collapse, okay? And if you're using more than a 20x leverage, right, you're just going to get liquidators. It's really not recommended to actually get into a long position here either. If you're looking for the price to hold this symmetrical triangle, you want to see the price bang, get back above, then you can speculate on that long position. No doubt this could be an epic swing long position for the next coming days if you claim that those lows. It's a liquidity game. You just need to remain patient to see if it is going to be a successful breakout or it's going to be a fake out. If it's a successful breakout, then no doubt we need to take some levels into consideration. And the best level to take into consideration is this pivot low for the failed auction. Because if this is a corrective structure, right, you've moved to the upside very nicely here in a 5-wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right over here. And this corrective structure, right, either in an ABC or a WXY, if you lose that level, you do not want to overlap the wave 1 here, right? You do not want to overlap it. So the best chance that you do have and it is a dangerous zone, no doubt, when you're forming this symmetrical triangle. But the dangerous zones is where, you know, a lot of the times you have the best opportunities. It's just managing risk and looking at the possibility of an epic bounce if you create that failed auction or swing failure pattern. Because you cannot, you know, for the bulls need to defend this pivot high at 65,500. The bulls need to defend that pivot high. If you do get back beneath this level, it's not going to be looking great on the chart. And, you know, we're likely going to be moving down to lower levels in the next coming weeks. So bulls need to defend this green box area. And the best scenario that you do have to speculate on a fake out of the triangle is, you know, these local levels from yesterday, they are acceptable. And even these ones are acceptable as well, because you will be looking for that three-wave move to the downside. You create that failed auction from this level, and I think no doubt it is a little bit dangerous as you're breaking the symmetrical triangle, and this could get very nasty to the downside. It can get nasty, guys. But overall, if you do recover, you reclaim those lows from the 23rd of May at $66,400. This will be looking good for a long. It might be a complete fake out of the triangle. This is still bullish structure. You're looking at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, you formed a three-wave move here to the downside. Claim those lows from the 23rd of May at 66,400. You're creating a failed auction. You've swept the liquidity. Bang, you're off to the races. Very much an interesting scenario. No doubt. Let's go through the comment section, say hello to the community, and go, you know, just a bit of higher time frame scenarios, guys. This is very disturbing level. Very disturbing. We are just a few dollars in claiming that low, which is very disturbing. Very disturbing. I'm going to say it's an acceptable long with low leverage. It is an acceptable long with very low leverage, very tight stop loss beneath the lows. It is acceptable. Let's go right away. For me, 69,200 range, break successfully, then we target all-time highs, says Aditya. 69,200. This is very interesting in this symmetrical triangle. It does look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It does look like that you're forming here a little bit of an ABC. I mean, it's not to ABCDE, sorry. You know, right over there, you're getting squeezed. It's classic for a triangle where you form ABCDE, and then bang, you maintain this level as support, and then you get an absolute rocket here in the next coming days, breaking through. It's no doubt a scenario, no doubt. We need a hold. I think invalidation point. I think swing traders can take the chance here. They can take the chance. You really do not want to break down from this higher low support zone, because you could get an epic move down. No doubt. It could be a very dangerous move down. Not the great zone. Bulls need to start stepping in. For the moment, they are holding the higher low support trend line when we zoom in here on the rest of exchanges, okay? Because on Bybit, we do have a little bit of a nasty wick here. But overall, we are maintaining that higher low support by a thread here. We need to consolidate. A bit of volatility is fine. This is why a swing failure pattern from these lows is kind of acceptable. It's kind of acceptable because you'll be still inside of the triangle. You're still inside of the range. So, I mean, pay attention to those lows, guys. If we do wick down, get back above, I think it's the clearest setup. You would be looking for these highs. You will be looking for these highs to be taken after this drop of today. I would be aiming above $69,000 if we swing failure pattern. That is a $2,000 move to the upside. So it is a very nice trading setup. S&P cracking too. Looks like the perfect storm for BTC to crack to $57,000, $60,000 range. I mean, yes, no doubt. The things can get messy, all right? However, as traders, we realize support, we realize where there's a fake out. Okay, this is why a fake out to the downside back above, then we realize it's a fake out. It's been beautiful, guys. The last few days has been absolutely insane. It's been insane. The last few days, as in liquidity, I love zones. The main reason why I love zones, and that is where I mostly trade inside of zones, because I really, unless I'm already in a trade, I do not catch these pumps and dumps, right? When there's a volatile move, I remain patient and I wait for a nice range, and then I'm looking for the liquidity grabs, right? Unless it's volume strategy and I can get into a long position on volume strategy inside of, if we manage to catch a pump or a dump based on volume strategy. But when we do take a look at what's happened the last few days, it's been pretty crazy. When you're in a range, right, and you got some local pivot highs and pivot lows, you can see the pivot low right there. This was a long position provided on the stream just a couple of days ago. Pivot high, pivot low, pivot high. Then again, pivot low, and then again, pivot high, failed auction, back down, and then well, basically focusing in here in this range has been really nice with the pivot high and pivot low as well, where you've hit the pivot low here, right? You got the bounce to the pivot high and you rejected. So it's always claim the highs, claim the lows, claim the highs, claim the lows, claim the highs, and then here you're a bit rangy, but inside of this range, you claim the lows, right? Clear higher low right there, and then you claim the high, clear lower high right there, and then you back down claiming the lows and not creating any failed auction or anything here, just breaking down. And now we have a chance of hitting the local lows from this area between Wednesday and Thursday. Now we are breaking down at the moment. We are moving down. It looks like we're going to get that wick now to the downside. We're going to get that move, guys, in the next coming minutes, and we're going to check the reaction, see if we do get a big recovery in the next 1 to 2 hours, right? I would remain patient, right? I would remain patient here to see if the price is going to wick down. Okay, it's probably going to create that wick right now in the next coming minutes. You're going to get that either an aggressive drop to the downside or a big wick to the downside, swing failure pattern, get an instant bounce here in the next couple of hours. Okay, so we're just at that level. Let's take a look here at the comment section. We can probably take a look. We can see S&P 500 also taking a bit of a hit, right? What's the S&P 500 doing? Yeah, the S&P 500 is currently getting a little bit of a hit during today. After the news, we got a major pump. This is why news is you need to be very, very cautious with the news events. You got a pump and dump with the news coming out today in the US, right? We did get the personal income here at 4:30 Dubai time, and we got a massive rise to the upside and then a massive drop, a bit of a pump and dump here. Quick swing failure pattern right now created on the price of Bitcoin. Quick swing failure pattern. We've just claimed those lows and it's getting the bounce. So we've just claimed those lows right now. We're already getting a bounce of a few $100s, guys. That was fast. I'm not sure if you guys were paying attention on the charts, but overall, if we do maintain above this range in the next coming hours, it will be looking pretty good, right? If this area does maintain, so say we're getting an epic bounce right now, if we are going to maintain this level in the coming hours, I think it's going to be looking pretty good, all right? So I think we just need to remain patient at this zone. If you do maintain above these highs in the next coming hours and you form this kind of consolidation, this is going to be bullish. This is going to be quite bullish. Right now, it was just a very, very aggressive long scalp. This is just the beginning of a potential move down, guys. We're just on the verge of getting that collapse. We're just on the verge of getting a major drop. Ideal scenario is holding the range for the next coming hours. If you are going to create several hours here after claiming this low, it's going to be looking very, very bullish. It will be looking pretty good for the price to actually start recovering here in between today and tomorrow. So let's see if the next coming hours Bitcoin is going to behave, or are we just going to start collapsing down? Because if it starts collapsing down, guys, we're just going to have to remain patient till we find a range. We're going to have to remain patient till we find a range here for Bitcoin, because I am not really interested in trying to either jump into a short position very aggressively. The main reason why is because I am aware of the swing failure pattern. And also, I do not want to long a falling knife. I do not want to long a falling knife. And I do not want to short with the risk of a swing failure pattern. So the best scenario here is in the next coming hours, if the price does not continue to lower levels and we do maintain the lows from Wednesday and Thursday, that is going to be bullish for a recovery in the next couple of days. All right, so it's a matter of it's a game of being patient right now. If we break down, our next level is this one right over here needs to hold. This needs to hold. You need to create that swing failure pattern. You need to consolidate. That's the bullish case scenario right there. If you are looking at this as a 1 wave, 2 wave, 3 wave, 4th wave, you need to hold this $66,000 range. You do not want to come all the way down to 65,500, because if that were to happen, it ain't going to be looking good, guys. It ain't going to be looking good. So anyway, the best chart that I like to analyze is an altcoin, and that is Chainlink. Okay, let's go through. I want to take a look at Chainlink because I am in a short on Chainlink, and it's a swing short position. And I think Chainlink it's kind of the best chart for me to take a look at what is going to happen next for altcoins, because when we analyze Chainlink, and this was mentioned on yesterday's live stream, it does look like that we are finishing a B wave structure right over here. Why? Because we formed 1, 2, 3, and an ABC, and we basically formed here an A, a B, and now we're going to form the C wave in the next coming 1 to 2 weeks and come back down beneath $13. That is what I do see happening, and this is going to bring the ultimate buying opportunity for this bull run, guys. Chainlink getting back beneath $12 is going to be the golden opportunity for this bull run to get in here, not only on Chainlink, but on many good altcoin projects. That is this would be the bottom zone for me. I'm predicting that the bottom for Chainlink will be in between the $9 and $12 zone. And that is the range where it's going to likely consolidate and get the epic bounce and get into the next phase of the bull run. That is my prediction. This is why I think that this is no doubt it's breaking an ascending wedge. And there is a chance here of the price going to lower levels. Bitcoin right now in this failed auction level. It's in the failed auction zone. If this does maintain in the next 1 to 2 hours, it's going to be looking quite bullish, guys, for a nice recovery. So, I would want to see a little bit of weakness of the bears at this zone. A little bit of choppiness would be the ideal scenario, and then look for the recovery. If you're holding, you're holding. If the bears cannot manage to push the price lower, then absolutely wonderful. But the price is ready for a big breakout, no doubt. Why is it ready for a breakout? It's because we are inside of the symmetrical triangle, and we've already covered 70% of the triangle, which means it is ready for the pop. And the pop might be down, and it might be a fake out and then to the upside. So we just really want to be extremely patient here. If you are trying any long positions at this zone, guys, just be aware that this could get an epic corrective move right there. I do not want anybody getting burnt here, predicting that this is going to get a bounce or even shorting right now. It might, it's a crucial zone. The best way for me here is for the price to recover. We are moving lower actually right now. We are moving down. I want to see the price recovering from yesterday's lows and get that reaction above this zone, spend many hours here, you know, basically holding the low, and then you're looking for the recovery all the way up to the highs. That is the scenario. That is if we do get above from yesterday's lows and we spend a few hours above it. If not, we're looking at this low. That is our next crucial point that you want to see the price holding above for a few hours. You cannot, if you know, the bulls need to defend this zone, because if the bulls lose this low, this higher low right there, higher high, sorry, at 65,300, 65,400 and, you know, 50, basically the highs here from the 6th of May. You do not want this price action that we're forming currently get beneath that level. If it does, then where there is a bearish count, there's been an ABC, right, and a WXY. It could be looking very, very nasty. I will be flipping bearish if we lose this $65,400 successfully, okay? If we get beneath the zone, I'm going to say that, guys, we're just very, very likely going to continue to the downside for the next 1 to 2 weeks, or even more than that. We are going red till the 4th of June, says 𝗕𝗫. Red till the 4th of June. So that's for another few days. Right, Seb, thanks for joining the stream. Aditya, my brother, thanks for joining. Let's go, continue. Major push down. Yes, we do. I think it's a matter of being patient right now. It's a matter of being patient to see if the bears are going to get exhausted. No signs of getting exhausted. A little bit of a falling knife at the moment. And, you know, sitting on my hands at the moment. Sitting on my hands. I do not want to FOMO into a short position. I do not want to FOMO into short position. And of course, in a falling knife, the worst thing that you could do is try and long here the falling knife and add to your position, because this could get very aggressive right now, guys. It is already moving down quite aggressively. You know, trying to catch this as the bottom is very, very dangerous, guys. This is just really not... I would really sit on the hands right now. If you do go in the next coming hours and you do get back above these lows, boom, and then you start moving up here, this is going to be bullish. If price action does this in the coming hours, I will be in a long position. You will see me in a long position if the price does this, but you won't see me in a long position from these levels. You will see me in a long position somewhere in this range. Okay, so it's really a matter of being patient at the moment. Really a matter of being patient. And if we do go to lower levels, then we'll go to the next zone. Then we're looking at the next zone that needs to hold, which is this low over here. And I would consider a swing failure pattern, but a conservative one, basically waiting for the price to hit the lows, get back above, remain patient. Because you know the deal. You're breaking a major symmetrical triangle that's been formed during the last week. And we know that the target zone is the width of the triangle, right? The textbook target zone. Things could get very aggressive to the downside, especially when the dollar index is actually maintaining extreme support, right? When we do take a look at the dollar index, does the dollar index look bearish to you guys? Let me know, because I think the dollar index looks extremely higher time frame bullish. Higher time frame bullish, the dollar index, without a doubt. For me, you're holding the point of control over the last 2 years. You broke lower high resistance from the last 2 years as well. You formed the low right there. You broke structure with this move in October of 2023 from this downtrend. And you formed a higher low right there in a possible wave 1, wave 2 to the 7-8 classic. And now you're forming the 1-2, 1-2. And you're going to be forming that third wave in the next coming months. For me, it looks bullish, guys. I'm sorry. Until the price starts breaking down this uptrend and the point of control from the last 2 years, then I would flip bearish. I would say, okay, DXY looks like we're going to go to much lower levels. This looks pretty good. But as long as the dollar index is maintaining above here, the 103.5, which is holding during the last couple of weeks very nicely, as you can see, the dollar index looks bullish, guys. I'm going to ask the community, are you bullish on the dollar or are you bearish for the rest of 2024? Let's take a look here at what the community says. All right, I'm going to start that poll right away. Are you bullish on the dollar index for 2024, guys? Let me know right away. Are you bullish on the dollar index for 2024? Let me know if you are bullish or if you are bearish. And I'm sorry, but I gotta say I'm quite bullish on the dollar index just because of its strong uptrend and the point of control holding. As soon as we lose this level successfully, might be in the next coming days, maybe next week, we're gonna get an epic drop. Then it will be looking quite good for, you know, the price here. Then it will be looking pretty epic for the stocks and basically, yeah, stocks and crypto and Bitcoin to get a recovery. But your side poles are too wide. What do you mean? What do you mean they're too wide? Wow, there's a complete battle here. There's a complete battle on the poll, guys. Make sure to vote on the poll right now. Are you bullish on the dollar index for 2024 or are you bearish? Okay, because I see a lot of mixed sentiment on Twitter. There's a lot of mixed sentiment. Of course, the extreme bulls of crypto, the extreme Bitcoin bulls, they are in denial, that think that the dollar index is going to collapse, right? But just by looking at the chart, it's at a crucial level of support that is just highly likely going to get a bounce as we are in this uptrend. I do see the bearish case, no doubt. As soon as we break this zone, I will start flipping bearish for the next coming weeks on the dollar index, and I do see the chance of the dollar going down extremely. But overall, yeah, we got slightly more people saying that they are bullish. So some people here are quite bullish on the dollar index. Let me know on the poll right away. Remember to smash the like button after answering the poll, says Dumpy Boot Boy. Seb, thanks for the support, my brother. Much love to you. Bulls to the US dollar short term. Bullish to the US dollar short term. Yeah, short term looks, it looks pretty bullish. Bitcoin's getting the drop right now, pretty aggressive. I am sitting on my hands at the moment, guys. Sitting on my hands, not doing anything. This is really a zone for me to not do anything. I am aware of the price moving down very aggressively, and I'm aware of the price getting a failed auction from yesterday's lows. This could instantly recover back above inside of the triangle as a fake out. If that were to be the case, I would say this is looking good for the long to come back up to the lower high resistance, right? We need to see the price getting a big recovery right now, consolidate inside above yesterday's lows, Wednesday's and Thursday's lows. Then we can say, right, we have a chance for a nice recovery in the coming days. Below, right now, it's not looking too great, guys. Remember, if you are interested in trading, you do have Bybit, you do have 𝗖𝗆. Bybit is running a competition right now where there is a 1.5 million US dollar Tether prize pool, and you can also get tickets to VIP, you know, Formula One, Gala. There's, you know, just a lot of things going on inside of this competition. You got some free spins to win, you know, all different sort of things. So make sure to register right now on Bybit to join this competition if you're trading there anyway. You have also 𝗖𝗆 and bluffing, which are no KYC. For all of those people that cannot join Bybit, you do have bluffing and 𝗖𝗆 with an exclusive bonus. You can sign up with an email and a password. No KYC is required, okay? Email and password, that's it. You can start trading in a matter of minutes. So the dollar can be bullish and risk on assets still go up. Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. But the only thing, when we do take a look at the dollar index and we zoom out here, the only thing when we do take a look at the dollar index and we look at Bitcoin, okay, we cannot make this up. I am putting the Bitcoin chart here in the yellow, right? Orange, orange, yellowy. And I'm going to show you how there is insane negative correlation, right? No doubt that, yeah, it can also, you know, dollar index can go up and risk on assets can also go up, but it's not usually what happens. In the orange, we have the price of Bitcoin, and you can see, for example, we're just looking at the last few years. When the dollar index bottomed out here in February, March of 2021, that is when the price of Bitcoin topped out and we started to get a rally on the dollar index. That's when the price of Bitcoin dropped. Okay, we got an instant bounce here on the price of Bitcoin. So this is why, yeah, we could, you know, dollar index can go up and risk on assets can go up as well. But 90% of the times when we zoom out on higher time frames, okay, we saw the dollar index getting into a massive rally. And that is when we had the bear market of 2022. 2022 was insanely bullish on the dollar index and very bearish for Bitcoin. The exact top for the dollar index was in between October and November of 2022. That is when the price of Bitcoin bottomed out. We got the collapse of the dollar index starting in October of 2022. And this is when the Bitcoin rally started to happen, right? That's when Bitcoin bottomed out in November of 2022. So even though the correlation here has been pretty insane, look at this peak right there, okay? Look at the dollar index, how it peaked out in October of 2023. And that is when the Bitcoin price bottomed out after that correction here from the summer of 2023. So you got a major drop on the dollar index and a major pump on the Bitcoin price. So yeah, no doubt. Look how this corrective move that happened from February of 2024 all the way till March. Okay, we got that corrective move. That is when the price bottomed out as well and started pumping very aggressively. Right now, it's pretty sideways. It's pretty sideways here. Dollar index has been going down during April, okay, and part of May. And this is where we've seen April as well for Bitcoin being quite bearish, right? April was, you know, part of April and the beginning of May was quite bearish for the price of Bitcoin. Now we got the recovery. I mean, if we were to get this bounce right now on the dollar index, you know, you would see this on the chart as the dollar index bottoming out. You guys can see it would be the dollar index bottoming out right there. And also, yeah, it's just very likely going to see the price of Bitcoin coming down from this point, right? If you're going to see this bounce. So the negative correlation is massive. You can see it on the chart. We cannot make it up. So there is sometimes where you do have dollar index pumping and risk on assets pumping as well. But it's usually not the case. It is usually not the case. So anyway, let's go right away. I don't see the chat. What do you think of the dollar milkshake theory? The dollar milkshake theory? I have no idea what this is. Bro, if BTC 4-hour candle closed below 69,900, it will go down to below 52K level, says Ask N. No doubt that if we were, this is higher time frame scenario, if we were to close a 4-hourly candle, you are saying beneath 65,900, we're going to, I wouldn't say this would be the invalidation point. The invalidation point for the bullish case would be closing a very solid 4-hourly candle with high volume beneath this high on the 6th of May, which is at 65,500. If we are going to see the price action dropping beneath this level, that is going to be the moment that I would say, okay, there is a high chance that we're dropping beneath 55,500 if we lose this peak high. Because that will mean that the bullish case scenario is invalidated. This, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we're expecting, The invalidation point is at 65,400. So we can dip beneath 65,900, as you say. We can drop beneath 65,900. We just need to recover. We cannot go much lower. And if we do lose this low, then for me, it's pretty simple. This is, completely changing the game here for the bulls. And we're entering into this WXY right over here. Okay, a much larger move to the downside in a very large three-wave structure like this. This will completely invalidate the bullish count here for the bulls, losing that high created on the 6th of May at $65,500. So no doubt. And the $52,000 range is the ultimate last level for the bulls to hold, right? We're getting a little bit too bearish here. I think we should not be too bearish just yet. But we still have the bullish case. We might hold very nicely and recover from tomorrow. But the ultimate bearish case scenario is coming down to the $52,000 range. That is like the ultimate level for the bulls to hold, because that is also inside of this being potentially 5 waves to the upside right there. In the 4th wave, we should not go down to the 618, and we should not hit the basically the wave 1 here. And the wave 1 is not this one, sorry, it's this one right there, because we did create a flat structure. Okay, my bad. We should not be, this is like the ultimate level. This is the ultimate zone for the bulls to maintain. The $52,000 area, 56 to 52. You could not drop beneath this zone, because then it's going to be looking pretty messy, guys. It's just, it's not going to be looking great if you start losing $52,000. That will be definitely worrying. That will be definitely worrying. I would arguably discuss that if we do lose the $52,000, I could say that the bull run has been over, and we could be getting into a multi-year bear market again before things start to recover. That is the sand on, line on the sand right there, that we need a hold. We need a hold. That $52,000 range is really not a level that we would want to go down there, at least now. We could come down later if we claim the highs, the all-time high. If the all-time highs are claimed, then we're forming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finishing the 3rd wave, and then we can correct a lot. Then we can have an epic corrective move. I would want to see the all-time highs being claimed first. If we start losing $52,000 in the next coming weeks without claiming the all-time high, it's just not going to be looking great. If we do get to all-time highs, we can go even lower than $52,000. And the main reason why is because you will be forming the 4th corrective wave on the macro, and this can go very, very low. It can go all the way down to the 618 almost from this impulsive move. So you can even go to $45,000 if you were to go to all-time high first. You could get an epic corrective move before things get crazy to the end of the year, beginning of 2025. So interesting scenarios on the macro. Let's see, guys, if the price of Bitcoin in the next coming hours, you will see me in a long position. Okay, you will see me in a long position tomorrow if we manage to get it back above the lows from yesterday. If we do recover here and we are consolidating above this range, you will see me in a long position, a kind of a day trade swing long position, invalidation beneath the low, if we do recover above yesterday's lows. All right, this is very likely going to start recovering and start sweeping these highs, and maybe break out and start, getting some steam in the next coming days. we'll remain patient. Let's see if we recover. If we do not recover, we move to lower levels. Then we're analyzing this $66,130 to see how this is going to react. Are we going to create here a swing failure pattern? Are we going to create a failed auction? Will we maintain above that low? Then would be looking for long positions. If we do not recover any of these lows and we're trading beneath them, I am not interested in the long position unless we recover above them. And this long could be epic. This could be a great long that is going to get you a massive move of several $1,000s in the next coming days. It is bouncing, but it's bouncing in the middle of, bouncing a little bit in the middle of nowhere, right? It's bouncing in the middle of the nowhere. I think it's the most important, guys. Like I said, we need to get above these lows from Wednesday and Thursday, which is 67,100. We need to get above them and start trading above this range nicely, because it doesn't really matter longing either here, here, or here if the price is going to come all the way up here in the next coming days, right? It doesn't really matter where you get into the long. If price is going to shoot up from here, you know, you got a very nice wide range to long here. It doesn't matter. You need to see the bull stepping in, getting into the recovery, and then you're speculating on that nice swing long position for the next coming days. So stock RSI on 4/8/12 looking ugly. There is a correlation, but I believe that BTC is becoming its own thing. Yes, no doubt that slowly it is becoming its own thing, no doubt. I hate YouTube, it's lagging terribly. It says only 128 likes. No way, right? Absolutely, Seb. Guys, make sure to absolutely destroy the like button. If you do enjoy the shows, if you do enjoy the analysis, the education, make sure to absolutely destroy that like button, guys. Only 150 likes. We're over 400 people. We can get this like button to 200 in the next coming seconds, guys. Liking says picks the muzzle. Thank you very much, brother. Much appreciated, and much appreciate your point of view as well. Yeah, no doubt I agree that Bitcoin slowly is maturing and it's becoming its own thing. We know that there's massive adoption. You know, there is massive adoption, right? We can see institutions, presidents talking about Bitcoin, massive adoption in countries, big businesses. Bitcoin is maturing and will be one of the biggest assets out there in the next coming years. It is still very soon. It's just round about $1 trillion in market cap, 1.3 trillion. So once it gets to 5 trillion, then it's going to be something, right? That will be half of the market cap of gold, and then people are going to start taking Bitcoin seriously once we get to $5-6 trillion, right? Which will take the price obviously to round about $200,000-300,000, in between $200,000 and $300,000. That is when you're going to get some people, you know, recognizing Bitcoin, right? Will you start copy trading again? Absolutely yes, no doubt, guys. I'm going to start with the copy trading very soon. There's been a very bad confusion with the settings. I've been speaking to the team of bluffing, and this is extremely risky. If I've mentioned this before, they are going one-on-one on each one, and I will resume very soon. Okay, it's just there has been people getting liquidated with me getting a 0.05% loss, which is absolute insanity. This is not acceptable. Why would someone get liquidated if I'm losing 0.5% of my account? You know, this is not acceptable. You know, this cannot continue if the risk management is not going to be applied correctly, guys. It's just so they are going. Bluffing gave me a 1K bonus. Absolutely, Bluffing has up to $80,000 deposit bonus. 𝗖𝗺 when you deposit and you trade, you do get bonuses airdropped, guys. This bonus is real. It's up to $80,000. Now, to claim $80,000 worth of bonus, you need to deposit a significant amount and trade consistently. But just by doing a few trades, like 𝗖𝗺 here, you got an airdrop of $1,000 to trade with, and you can keep the profits that you make from that $1,000. So, guys, this is the biggest bonus on exchanges out there on Bluffing. You deposit and you trade, you're going to start getting massive airdrops of free money to trade with. This is no No joke, guys. We got 𝗬cie𝗺𝗺𝗽 getting an airdrop of $1,000, guys. Check it out, guys. Bluffing is a no KYC platform. You can trade there just with an email and a password. Check it out, guys. They move billions of dollars every 24 hours. So, you know, they are a very large exchange at the moment. So check them out, guys. You got a really good bonus. Andy, sos un crack. Alden, thank you very much for those kind words. BTC dominance making me bullish. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin dominance right away. BTC.dominance. And let's take a look at the dominance right away. It's making you bullish, you say. Yeah, Bitcoin dominance is just about. It is still in an uptrend structure. But the alt season that will come in the near future, guys, it will be insane. No doubt that the Bitcoin dominance is getting exhausted, right? It's that the uptrend is getting exhausted in the coming months, if not weeks. Despite the volatility that we get, the alt season that is going to happen is going to be absolutely epic. We've been in an uptrend for 1.5 years already with the Bitcoin dominance. So we haven't seen a proper altcoin season. A lot of some of altcoins have been doing great, and a lot of altcoins look like they're dead. They look like they're dead. Since the bear market lows, we've only seen an uptrend on the Bitcoin dominance. You know, it's been absolutely crazy. Over a 15% move to the upside on the dominance. The Bitcoin dominance has been in a bull run for the last 1.5 years. It is about time to get a bear market on the Bitcoin dominance. Once that happens, that will happen in the next coming months, guys. Without a doubt, you're going to see the Bitcoin dominance dropping aggressively and getting into a bear market for a few months. It's going to happen. So you definitely want to have some good altcoin projects in your list. All right. I have Chainlink. Chainlink is my biggest altcoin bag. And I know Chainlink is not going to do a 50x. I'm happy with Chainlink doing a 5x from current price levels. If Chainlink does a 5x, that is me done, right? I've got thousands of Chainlink, and holding Chainlink, till it does, I think it can go to $100. It will likely break all-time high. It's just one of those altcoins that you need to hold on. And, for me, it's my biggest holding. And I know it's not going to do even a 20x, right? I'm looking in between a 5x and a 10x realistically. I know it's not going to do a 50x and not even a 20x. But I think it's a kind of a safe bet for me, Chainlink. Big things coming up on Chainlink. So I can withdraw from bluffing without KYC. 100%. Yes, of course you can. Yeah. Without KYC, you can withdraw from bluffing. Yes. It's a no KYC platform. There are limits, but the limits are very, very high. I'm not sure if it's $100,000 limits per day of withdrawal or $20,000, all right? But even though, I know a lot of you people are not going to be depositing millions of dollars, right? Unless you're whales. But yeah, I think the limits are at least $20,000 per day of withdrawals, okay? So it is a no KYC platform. Yeah, you can withdraw every single day. 1.618 almost hit. Could we bounce? 1.618 almost hit. We got 𝗬alt here, guys. If you're not following 𝗬alt already, make sure to check him out. He does insane analysis. He actually predicted yesterday the rejection from the daily level, okay? From a daily level that we had here, right over here. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm at the wrong chart. Daily level right over here. Shout out to you, 𝗬alt. Okay, shout out to you, because we got that beautiful rejection that was mentioned on yesterday's live stream as well. We mentioned a possible rejection from this resistance zone. We did talk about this, guys. We talked about many different trading plans, right? We were moving to the upside yesterday when we did the live stream and we hit that high, and this was an acceptable short position. Let's go right away. I do remember talking about it on yesterday's live stream. Where are we? Let's take a look at it right away. Yesterday's live stream. Where is it? Do we have it here somewhere? Do we have it from yesterday here? Talked about a failed auction happening here, but it did not happen. We talked about the long position as well. Possible long position with a stop loss. We did finally get that breakout, and we didn't only claim the highs here at $68,000. We did not swing failure pattern. I mean, this short trade was based on a swing failure pattern. We did not get the swing failure pattern. We blasted off from this high. And I want to talk about the resistance zone. I'm sure we talked about it somewhere, guys. I need to start putting timestamps on my live streams here because yeah, there we go. There is that daily level with a 618 for a possible reaction, right? Yeah, there it is. Basically, there it is. This is where we got rejected. I know 𝗕𝗏𝘆 mentioned this. So if we get that successfully breakout, that $69,400 range is the major resistance, as it was the 618 Fibonacci from the local drop of the last few days with a daily level. No doubt it is an acceptable short position where you could get that rejection. So, you know, I was sleeping at the time. I did not manage to get into that short trade. That is basically this level of resistance right over here. So it was a very technical level. It was a technical level. We did get that beautiful rejection from that point. I know 𝗕𝗏𝘆 mentioned that level as well. Shout out to you, 𝗕𝗏𝘆. Go and check him out, guys. If you don't follow 𝗕𝗏𝘆, make sure to check him out. He's in the comment section right now. I'm married. My specialty is rejection. Good, nice one. Dumpy boot boy. Thanks, Seb. 𝗞𝗔. I'm in an 18x long on BTC RN and my 210 is liquidated at 66k. I'd be happy to buy more in 2+ days if we dump further. Absolutely, yes. FTM, please. FTM. Let's take a look at FTM. I am using bluffing for trading. I have been trading. I want to do the copy trading. I only want to use bluffing for the copy trading for the moment. I am using multiple different exchanges such as Bybit, such as 𝗖𝗺 as well. 𝗖𝗺 has the lowest fees. So for scalping, 𝗖𝗺 is the big deal. 𝗖𝗺 is the big deal here for scalping. They have the lowest fees. So for bluffing, I want to use it for the copy trading when this is going to be solved, of course, which is going to be very, very soon. They're going one by one through the settings because I said I want my people to exactly follow what I do. Not some people have created crazy settings and I got into a 0.5% loss and there is 2 people that have got liquidated. Yeah, it's not acceptable. I ain't going to trade if the settings are not exactly the same, guys. Okay, so it's extremely important. So 𝗖𝗺 is bluffing is legit. If that is the question, it is a completely legit platform. 𝗖𝗺 June 29th, they'll require KYC. Yes, sir, that is correct. That is unfortunate for a lot of people. 𝗖𝗺 are by the end of June. They will be, doing KYC. This is why people that are not, that do not want to do KYC, they should be hopping on bluffing because bluffing is going to be the entire year of 2024 with no KYC. And even, I think, maybe entire 2025. For the moment, they're going to be no KYC for a long, long time. That's why the people that are trading on 𝗖𝗺, they want to hop into bluffing because they're going to be no KYC for a long, long time, okay? People that are trading on 𝗖𝗺 till the end of the month, potentially. And, yeah, I know a lot of people do not want to do KYC. And maybe because they live in a restricted area. I have no idea why, but fine bluffing. Thanks. Stay awesome, Andy. Outdoorpy. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. I will. Any questions, anything in the comment section, I will answer. Do you copy trading on Bybit? No. It's only going to be on Bybit. On bluffing. It's only going to be on bluffing. Legends. Really not much more to say here on Bitcoin. We need to hold the lows. I don't like it. We're breaking out from the triangle. to see this as a fake out, we need to recover. Then I would be interested in a long position, okay? Get that consolidation above the lows of yesterday at $67,200. If we don't, down we go. If you're in a short position from that daily level of yesterday, absolutely epic, guys. This is already down over $2,000. I did not manage to short here. This was yesterday night, and I was not in front of the chart. I was chilling, but it was an acceptable short position with stop loss above the high. No doubt, it was an acceptable short. For a long position, we need to get back above, guys. Simple. I'm keeping it simple here. If we do continue to the downside, I'll just enjoy watching the price going down. I'm not in a short position, unfortunately. But let's see how this low reacts as well. This is a very important level where we do have a daily that has been tapped already. Okay, that daily level from the 20th, 19th of May has already been tapped. This one bounced beautifully. We can take that daily level off the chart already, as it already has been tapped. Okay, I would be more focused on this pivot low from the 23rd of May at $66,120. Let's see if we do manage to hold this level. This is like, we really need to fail auction from that level, because we are so close in hitting the highs here of this potential wave 1, and we cannot overlap this level for this fourth wave. We cannot get beneath 65,500, guys. If not, it's not going to be looking good. It will not be looking good. Legends, make sure to destroy the like button on your way out. Thank you very much for your insane support and joining. Hopefully you have enjoyed. You've learned something, a little bit of education, risk management, bit of technical analysis, what I'm looking at here for my next setup on Bitcoin. We need that recovery here above yesterday's lows. If we do not see that, we're just going to enjoy the price action and go into lower levels. Thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow.